Hello everyone and welcome to episode 57 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel, as it is UFC 261 Kevin Lee versus Conor McGregor. What a alt timeline we live in, and a timeline that has been very kind to both these men, as obviously with here in modern day time in 2024, here in this timeline in real life, Conor, of course, hasn't won since the Donald Cerrone fight in 2020. And now, here in this, he was supposed to obviously fight Michael Chandler coming up, and now that fight has been either pushed back or maybe even scrapped entirely. Who knows by the fucking time all things settle. But for Conor, though, looking to defend the as far as his middleweight, Jesus Christ, looking to defend his lightweight title against Kevin Lee, and then Molly McCann looking to become the new women's flyweight champion against Montana De La Rosa. Of course, Yair Rozenstruik's Cyril Gane, Alejandro Pantoja, Avison Figueroa, as far as Figgy and Pantoja should be a fun one, and then Brad Tavares and Marc-Andre Barriault as far as the middleweight fight there on the main card, and we'll go through the prelims when we get there. But the male, as far as we have one thing to talk about, Jeremiah Wells is torn his quad, preparing for the UFC on the ABC card that's happening in Georgia, as far as now Jared Gordon, which the Georgia native luckily is still going to be fighting on that show. He's now going to take on Chance, as that's hopefully a great fight for Jared Night Train Gordon, because Jared Gordon, hopefully, it turns out to be pretty good here in this save. We'll see, though. But that is the only piece of mail to talk about. As, of course, for Conor McGregor, Kevin Lee, the Motown phenom, the notorious one, 23-4, 21-5, as far as 14-5, 11-2, for both guys respectively here in the UFC. Kevin Lee is actually higher on the pound for pound, and he is the slight favorite going into this fight. But of course, Conor McGregor with the upset win over Khabib Nurmagomedov, being the first man to ever beat him in this save, and of course in his career, he was the underdog in that fight too. So he is no stranger to being the underdog here. This is a very telling fight for Conor McGregor and Kevin Lee. Of course, Kevin Lee has had a hell of a little winning streak going on right now. Beat Beneil Dariush, beat Anthony Pettis, and he beat Dustin Poirier, which he dominated Dustin Poirier. All obviously fights in 2020, as having 3 fights in 1 calendar year. And one went the third round, obviously the first round finish over Anthony Pettis in May, and having the 49-46 decision win on that fight night against Kevin Lee in the main event, or against Dustin Poirier rather, in the main event. It's pretty telling. His first pay-per-view since UFC 248. Of course, his first main event of a pay-per-view since him and Tony Ferguson battled it out for the interim lightweight title. As for Tony Ferguson, though, man, that's a interesting time also for him as well. But he's beaten Edson Barbosa in the past. Might be a potential rematch there down the line, but. This is a tough fight. Tough fight for both guys, obviously, for Conor McGregor. Obviously the Cerrone win and the Khabib win. Shockingly, knocking down Khabib and finishing him. Which that would have been a crazy atmosphere to be a part of. Obviously being in Ireland for that one. But his first fight since then. And this got a chance to be a really fun fight, though. Kevin Lee brings it. Conor McGregor's going to bring it. And yeah, that's going to be a fun one. It's our co-main event, though. Molly McCann and Montana De La Rosa. It's Molly's 12-2, 14-5 for Montana De La Rosa. Almost the same age as far as 27-26. Similar records, too. 5-1 in the UFC, 7-1 in the UFC. As far as Montana De La Rosa, looking to try to make her first defense a successful one. As for Molly McCann, of course, the Joanne Calderwood fight is a weird one because her height was fucked up in that one, but she knocked out Andrea Lee in the second round of their fight back in October. As for Montana De La Rosa, of course, she beat Caitlin Chikagan with the rear naked choke. She beat Valentina Shevchenko with the rear naked choke as well, and she had a split decision win for Macy Barber, which is a huge win. Kind of crazy thing, she's had 4 fights in the save, now 5, when we get to this one. She's been a very, very busy woman. The MMA math would dictate that as far as Molly McCann has the favorite edge since she knocked out Andrea Lee, whereas Montana De La Rosa lost to Andrea Lee. But Montana De La Rosa is the slight favorite in this one. We'll see how that one plays out. That's going to be an interesting one. Of course, from the female side of things, for the pound-for-pound rankings, Montana De La Rosa is 2nd. Molly McCann is 11th. Yair Rozenstruik and Cyril Gane. As far as two men that have not technically lost, as far as obviously Yair Rozenstruik lost to Francis Ngannou, got knocked the fuck out because of the PED pop. His record is officially a no contest. And for Cyril Gane, 5-0 in the UFC, 8-0 rather overall. As Cyril Gane is the favorite in this fight, which is pretty interesting, since he's the 21st ranked heavyweight compared to Yair Rozenstruik, who's 6th. So to beat somebody in the top 10 would be quite impressive for Cyril Gane. Of course, Cyril Gane, this is a big jump up in talent compared to some of the other guys he's fought. Beating Maurice Green and Augusto Sakai, this is a huge jump for him. To beat Yair Rozenstruik here, I'm assuming he'd jump into the top 10. I don't know how he doesn't. This is huge. For Yair Rozenstruik, though, after his knockout loss to Francis Ngannou, kind of crazy, he fought in July, and he fought in November, which both wins almost 4 seconds, between the two, which is kind of crazy. But as far as getting a first-round knockout finish, which he's done 4 times in his career, that's going to be a very fun fight. As far as both guys, as far as a glory kickboxer in Yair Rozenstruik, 80 wins, 64 knockouts, incredible kickboxer. And, of course, Cyril Gane, just size-wise, a hell of a kickboxer as well. Kind of more of a... He's not going to look to, get that big-time strike that Yair Rozenstruik is really looking for. Cyril Gane, he can do that, but also training with Crow Cop. Wouldn't be surprised if he's looking to pick him apart from a distance and get the win that way. But we'll see. It's going to be a fun one. And then Pantoja and Davison. Figueroa, as far as Figgy, 7-2-1 no contest. Elianda Pantoja in the UFC, 7-3. Pantoja is the favorite. Of course, these two had some very fun fights in real life. Here in the save, though, of course, as far as Figgy's 2-1, he lost to Roy Val. Got 30-27 against Roy Val. Of course, they had the fight in real life in 2019 before this, which Figgy won when they went the distance. Both guys have lost to Brandon Roy Val. Of course, Figgy got knocked out. He actually lost to Jazier De Silva as well. So really, Figgy's only won 1 time in this save. But we'll see what happens in that one. And that's going to be a very, very fun fight. Pantoja being the favorite. I think that probably makes a lot of sense. And Brad Tavares and Marc-Andre Barriault as the Quebec, Canada native taking on the Hawaiian native, and Brad Tavares, 19-7, 14-4 in the UFC, though 14-7. He's had as many wins in the UFC as Marc-Andre has in his career. It's definitely a fight experience edge, and he's a higher ranked fighter for sure, 10th in the middleweight division. Crazy that he's knocked out Kevin Harlan. He's knocked out Oscar as well. Of course, fought back in January. He's fought Antonio Carlos Jr. there for a while. Wasn't really looking too hot for him after losing to Adesanya in June of 2018. He went on a little losing streak. Had a split decision loss to Antonio Carlos Jr. But now he's on the right track and looking to get a huge win. As far as some of the middleweight guys that he's lost to, Whitaker and Adesanya and Yoel Romero, some of the kind of top-ranked middleweight guys. So that's not great to see. He's still only 33, so he's still got some time ahead. He's got a chance to make something happen. For Marc-Andre Barriault, though, as far as he's on a little win streak right now, 3-fight win streak, all obviously here in the save, and all finishes as well. Had the Charles Byrd win in 23 seconds. Had the TKO win over Carl Robertson. And then he beat Renat in November, which that was a very fun fight as well. They've been fun fights along the way. This is, as far as probably his toughest opponent since Krzysztof Jotko for sure, which that was a split decision back in July 2019. 25th in the world, but 14th here in the UFC. So I guess it's technically 14-8, so it's not too crazy. Kind of crazy how much the gap is in the world compared to here in the UFC. To go from 10 to 25, but in the company it's 8-14, so it's a lot more closer than it appears. It's gonna be a fun fight. Gonna be a fun one, and that's a hell of a way to kick off the show. As Alexa Grasso against Randa Markos. Of course, Grasso taking this fight on relatively short notice. I would say probably about 2 weeks, 2-week notice, just about. Randa Markos is the favorite, which is really no surprise. The Ontario native, of course. We are in Canada for this one, so the Canadians are going to be out in full force trying to win for their home nation. But Alexa Grasso, 4-4. She just beat Michelle Waterson back in November. She's looking to break that 500 mark and get that 5th victory in here in the UFC. For Randa Markos, she's looking to get her 8th victory. And for her, she's on a 2-fight win streak. She beat Ashley Yoder. She beat Polyana Viana by split decision back in November, which that was a poor fight. So hopefully we have a fun fight here between the two girls. The main event, the prelim, as they're 9th and 11th in the strawweight rankings. So that's, basically two top 10 strawweights on the women's side of things on the main event of a prelim. We're giving the fans a nice little fight there. This is a rematch. They co-main evented the fight night of Anthony Pettis and Moreno as far as in August 2017, which, of course, Grasso winning by split decision. Paul Craig and Thiago Santos. Boy, Thiago Santos has kind of fallen a little bit off the wayside here. As far as kind of crazy that he was ranked relatively high, had the John Jones fight, which, of course, he's still the only person to, on a scorecard, at least beat John Jones in a fight. But he's beating Anthony Smith. He's beating Kevin Holland, Eric Anders, which, of course, Kevin Holland took that fight on short notice. And, that was when, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos was looking to be a potential light heavyweight champion. Of course, he beat Jan Blachowicz, too, going into the John Jones fight. But now, he's lost to Jacare Souza. He's lost to Jimmy Crute now. He was in the top 5. Of course, when he lost to Crute, as far as he was ranked 14th. Now, God, I don't even know. And that fight was brutal to go through back in February. So, yeah, now he's 14th right now. But Paul Craig, I believe, is still ranked. Yeah, he's 20th. So, pretty close fight. Of course, had the drug test failure. Lost to Little Nog. But luckily here, with a little drug test failure, it's now scraped from the record. But that was a crazy upset. Cannot believe he lost that fight. We'll see what happens here. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun fight. Paul Craig brings it a good bit of times. He brings, of course, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And a pretty solid Jiu-Jitsu artist as far as somebody as a light heavyweight, too. Definitely finish him off his back. And it's going to be a fun fight, though. I really do believe in it. We'll see, though. We'll see if Thiago Santos can get back on the winning track. As Gunnar Nelson and Wally Alves. As Gunnar Nelson, 17-6-1, 14-4 for Wally. As far as for Alves, is 20 and 22nd on the rankings. Both have 8 wins in the UFC. 8-6, 8-4. Both in respectively. Gunnar Nelson is the favorite. I would probably say that's true, even though he's lost 3 in a row now. But, kind of look at the guys he's fought. Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns. Alexei Konechko was probably the toughest one, but that was the first fight in the save, and he got finished under a minute. But Alexei Konechko is a bit of a problem. But, yeah, he's lost to Santiago Ponzinibbio as well. Damian Maia as well. I think this is a nice chance for him to get back on the winning side of things, beat a ranked guy as well, and Alves is ranked 22nd. For Alves, though, he beat Geoff Neal, which did not expect that at all. Geoff Neal was ranked 7th at the time, and he 30-27 him. That's a huge win. And, man, that really... he's beaten Colby Covington, too, in the past, which is kind of crazy to think about. Now that Kobe's fighting for the welterweight title yet again. Of course, fought Kamaru Usman. Lost to Brian Barbarella, as far as that's, again, a kind of crazy loss. Randy Brown as well, got lost to a triangle. First fight in the year 2021 for both these men. So we'll see how that plays out for him. Then Nick Lentz and Alan Patrick, the Des Moines, Iowa native, taking on the Brazilian and Alan Patrick. 5-2-1 for Alan Patrick. Of course, 15-2-1 overall. But Nick Lentz has a better UFC record than Alan Patrick has overall, which is kind of crazy. Well, maybe not that, since he's got more wins, but maybe not a better record, since Alan Patrick's only lost twice. But a huge fight experience edge for Nick Lentz. They're almost the same. He's younger, is Nick Lentz. He's got a lot of time in the UFC. He was a late fill-in for Joe Lozon. Made his debut at the UFC Fight Night against Gray Maynard. That's kind of crazy. I think his first fight was in 2010 in January. He's been in this company for a decade now. He's on a little win streak. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Beat Carlos Diego Ferreira with a split guillotine choke over Normani in the third round. His first pay-per-view since the Khabib McGregor card in 229. He's also fought Islam Makhachev, as that's kind of crazy. He's fought Chad Mendez, Charles Oliveira. He's fought some tough dudes along the way. He's definitely a formidable opponent, and we'll see what he does with Alan Patrick, who is coming off a majority draw over James Vick. Knocked out by Scott Holtzman before that. Not looking too good. Lost to Maribek Dasmov before that. Probably his best win is probably Damir Hadzovic, and even then, it's not like he's a ranked guy or anything. It's going to be an interesting fight for him. I think he's in a little bit over his head, but we'll see. A wrestler versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, always an interesting contest. And Rob Font against Aliman Zahabi, Jesus, Zahabi, yes. Ayman Zahabi as Rob Font. Not the favorite, which is kind of interesting. I definitely thought for sure Rob Font would be the favorite. But Ayman Zahabi is the favorite at 8-2, as he's beaten, as far as Andre Sakmath. Oh my god, I fucked that all up. But he 30-27 him back in May. It's been a while. He's been gone for almost a year. Rob Font, though, 17-5, 7-3, lost to Ronnie Lawrence, which is a very tough fighter, though. And Ronnie Lawrence, he's beaten Sergio Pettis, Ricky Simon, Thomas Almeida. He's fought some tough guys and beaten some tough guys. He's fought Pedro Munoz, John Lineker, Rafael Escunio. Tough guy, obviously, Rob Font. And he's a fun striker. He's still ranked as a bantamweight here. That would be a hell of a win if Zahabi can beat him, but I just don't see it. We'll see, though. He's the favorite maybe for a reason. As far as the deep dive into the analytics, is Conor McGregor looking to make his first defense here for this second reign of the UFC lightweight title. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Kevin Lee is ranked higher than him. The 11th main event for Conor McGregor. As far as pay-per-views go, in the 8th for Kevin Lee, this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. So, as many main events as Kevin Lee has main evented, Conor McGregor, that's how many pay-per-views he's main evented. That's kind of crazy. But for Kevin Lee, he's only main evented that one pay-per-view with Tony Ferguson. So that's a big step up for him. But it's a red panty night for Kevin Lee, taking on Conor McGregor on pay-per-view. He is the favorite on the Blue Cat Staff picks, too. Both have finished 3 of the last 5 opponents. 5-round fight, of course. It's going to be a fun one. Our women's flyweight title matchup between Montana De La Rosa and Molly McCann. Montana De La Rosa has submitted 3 of the last 5 opponents, whereas McCann has won by decision, rather. Jesus, as Molly McCann giving up 8 inches of reach over Montana De La Rosa. That's kind of crazy. As a huge reach advantage like that, it's going to be tough for her to overcome. We'll see if Meatball Molly McCann can win the flyweight title here tonight. Of course, Yair Rozenstruik, Cyril Gahn. Boy, oh boy, both men finished 4 of the last 5 opponents. To beat somebody that's a 6'3" heavyweight is insane for Cyril Gahn, but he can do it, obviously. We've seen it here in real life. him fight for a heavyweight title. That might happen sooner rather than later here in this save, too. It's Alejandro Pantoja, Davison Figueroa, was Figgy in Pantoja. Kind of crazy. They fought in the prelim of Holloway and Frankie Edgar. And now, on the main card of a pay-per-view, Pantoja has a 6-inch reach advantage. He is the higher-ranked flyweight, and that's going to be a fun one. Those flyweights bring it. And that's going to be an exciting bout for sure. Brad Tavares and Marc-Andre Barriault. Marc-Andre has won and finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, but this is a tough one. Brad Tavares is very, very tough. He hits hard. He's a tough middleweight for sure. He's a bit of a gatekeeper a little bit right now as the middleweight division. I think if Marc-Andre can win, though, here in Ontario, that would be huge for the Quebec native, but we'll see. Down we go to the prelim main event with Alexa Grasso and Ronda Quiet Storm Marcos, as Marcos is the favorite on Bloodcraft's app picks, even though Grasso is the higher-ranked strawweight. And Grasso won in their first fight back in 2017, but it was by split decision. Thiago Santos, Paul Craig, the Bear Jew, looking to get a win over Thiago Santos. Santos, of course, still, he's still ranked. He's 14th, but definitely a slippery fall from where he once was. For Paul Craig, looking to get a big win here tonight, but I don't know. It's going to be a tough fight for him. It's going to be a tough one. Gunnar Nelson in Alves, as Gunnar Nelson hasn't won in a couple of years. This will be his first win in this decade. That'd be huge for him. Gunnar Nelson at one point was a top 10 welterweight in the world. Now he's ranked 20th, and it's not looking too good for him. But this could definitely change his fate tonight if he can get the win. For Alan Patrick, he also hasn't won since 2018, February 2018 to be exact. But he has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. He just hasn't fought a whole lot as of late. But Nick Lentz is the favorite, and I would say that's the smart choice. For Rob Font, and Ayman as Ayman Zahabi is the favorite, which is crazy to me. I feel like Rob Font is the better striker, but Zahabi's probably the better wrestler. So this is striker versus grappler. It's going to be an interesting one to kick off this prelim. Herb Dean's the referee. Cage side judges there. Here we go. They engage in the center. Neither fighter is able to land a telling strike. There's Zahabi with the right hand that's blocked. As now off target, the jab doesn't connect on the hook to the body. Font doesn't have that reach for it. Left jab misses the right hook. Zahabi with a clean right hand now. They come together and strike. Left jab can't hit the right cross. 2-punch combination. Quick left, straight right. They step in and strike. Misses the right cross. Here comes a counter. Zahabi attacks the left jab. Nice roundhouse kick though. High roundhouse kick. Oh, but he rocked him. Oh boy. Zahabi going for the kill. Big right hand down. He might finish him here in the first, and he does. How about that? What a finish. What a performance. Zahabi is probably looking to be a ranked fighter sooner rather than later here. That was very impressive. Rob Font's a tough guy to beat like that, and he finished him in the first round. Thanks everyone connected to TriStar Gym for having them prepare for the fight, and the sponsors for supporting him financially as well. What a great win for the Quebec native. Nick Lentz and Alan Patrick. See if we keep it going with first round finishes. Herb Dean, again, our referee, cage side judges. Here we go. They begin with a clinch, potentially from Alan Patrick. Yeah, he's got him against the cage. Doing a good job, but Nick Lentz reverses it. Now he's got him with a takedown off the underhook. Yeah, Greco-Roman slam. Beautiful stuff. He's trapped underneath Nick Lentz. He's pressed up against the cage. It's not a good spot for Alan Patrick because he's trying to move him, but Alan Patrick's doing a good job of not allowing him to really do anything, not trying to let him be smothered against the cage. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job of keeping him there. Alan Patrick's just basically trying to stop him from doing anything, and now he's clubbering forearms to the back. Boy, Nick Lentz has done jack shit against the cage. I'm hoping Herb Dean would separate him at this point. Finally he does. Nick Lentz, though, with another takedown. So he's won the round off of that, but he didn't do jack shit. He landed 4 strikes on top that whole time. That's kind of crazy. He got outstruck by a guy on the bottom. Embarrassing for Nick Lentz, but he's going for another takedown. He's got that 3 for 3 for Nick Lentz on takedowns. Clearly he's not going to be stopped. He's going to lay and pray. Definitely not what we want to see on a pay-per-view prelim. That's pretty brutal. Herb Dean stands him up. Now Alan Patrick with a takedown attempt, but he doesn't get him. Just got him against the cage. Oh, wow! Here we go. Powerful shots here. After the stuffing the takedown. Wow. Insane. Nick Lentz turned that on in a minute. You know, he went for the takedown, blocked it, put him down on his hands and knees, and fucked him up. Nick Lentz, what a... Well, at least it went from, like, a very poor fight to just a poor fight, but he at least got an exciting finish out of that. So that was at least a save. Oh, he wants Islam. Good luck with that. As he thinks I've got the American top team. But Islam's not the same Islam here in real life, obviously. But, Gunnar Nelson and Alves. 17-6-1. Warley Alves is, he's in for a tough fight, I think, against Gunnar Nelson. Of course, minus 400 favorite is Gunnar Nelson. Josh Rosenthal, our referee. Cage-side judges here, and here we go. They touch gloves. Alves comes in, trying to get in close to get some grappling going. Nelson throws a wide hook to the body. Alves avoids it and gets all of them. Looking for the trip, not happening. Now Nelson has control of him. Got him against the cage. A couple of knee strikes to the ribs. A few strikes to the side of the head from Alves. Glancing blow from the clinch. Knee strike inside his own knee. As Alves pulls out and is now able to circle out here. As now try to get in close again is Alves. Powerful leg kick here from Nelson. I like that. Another kick to the legs after the left hand. Combination from a head kick attempt fails to land for Nelson. Even Alves catches that last kick, and he's got the takedown. So see what he does on top. Trying to scoop backwards up against the side of the cage here. Stops him from cage walking. Looking for the guillotine. Oh, damn. He had it fully applied, but the round ends. Saved by the bell was Gunnar Nelson, so that was a hell of a turn of events, and Alves might have stole the round off of that. It's pretty impressive, and he got the takedown too, so did have that. First round for Alves. Nelson looks to open up an attack here. Misses the vicious right hand after the jab. Does Nelson. 2 jabs. Doesn't connect rather on the leg kick. Low kick to the front leg. Left jab. Low kick to the setup. He catches Alves another low kick to the front leg. Boy, these leg kicks from Gunnar Nelson have probably been eaten up on Alves. There's a jab at a straight right. Now there's a cut across the forehead. That's not good. There's another leg kick. Left jab and a right hook. Boy, he is annihilating him, but Alves is still going into it. There's a beautiful head kick. Rocked him. Oh boy, look at the finish him here. But Alves slips in the right, or at the last possible second there, slips past that right hand, and Alves is back underway with his wits about him. But Alves, I mean, he still got a chance to maybe do something here to end out the second round, but I would say he's been fucked up. Yeah, the limping has been noticeable now. Another leg kick. They're going to check on the cut. Not a fight ender. They're back underway, and they're going to be all tied up going into the final round. Here we go. As, yeah, can barely walk now as Alves. Another leg kick. My God. Jab is wide. Right hand. Reopens that cut. Got him in the clinch as Alves. He's looking to try and go back down to the ground, which is a smart opportunity for him. Well, he stands all the way back up again, but it's going to be another takedown. Yep. Got him with ease. Looking to scramble now. Alves ends up in half guard. It's another scramble. Alves ends up in guard. So now he's just trying to lay and pray. He's trying to do something to stay in this fight, which is very unfortunate. They didn't try and go for finish or anything. He won that round, obviously, and oh boy, we got a split. 29-28 Alves. That's a tough one, because I think, from a time perspective, those leg kicks, he definitely did more damage. He knocked him down. Gunnar Nelson probably should have. It's a tough one. If this was a different grading system, he definitely would have won that fight. Just from damage done, and throughout the entire fight, he did better. But Alves had his, back-to-back takedowns in the third. He didn't land any strikes, but yeah, just tough. Tough for Gunnar Nelson. Tough loss. Warley Alves wants Chaos Williams. That's a tough fight. And he thinks I've got to connect to the X Gym for having prepared for the fight and sponsors for supporting it financially. Another loss for Gunnar Nelson. That is now another loss for him, and that's brutal. Should have won that fight. That's tough. That third round fucked him. Paul Craig and Thiago Santos, 22-9, 13-4-1, with one no contest there for Paul Craig. He is the underdog. Herb Dean's the referee. Kate said, here we go. As Santos looks like he's about to shoot in, but Craig stops that. Oh, look for a trip now. Wow. Paul Craig. How about that? Santos squirming around, preventing a knee strike from fully landed. There's a knee strike to the ribs. Looking for Kimura. Oh, God. Oh, he thought he had it fully applied, but he somehow pops out of that. As we'll see what Paul Craig does again. Knees again to the ribs. Paul Craig's looking really good against Thiago Santos. They're going to stand him up, though, and back into the clinch. Boy, you would think Paul Craig was the minus 400 favorite the way this first round has went. Another leg trip, some more elbow strikes now. That's how you fucking win a round. Right there, 10-9 for Paul Craig. Paul Craig again with a trip takedown. My God, he's got no answers for it. He's got his back, both hooks in, rear naked choke. Jesus Christ. Paul Craig came to fucking go to war. Unreal. Did Thiago Santos land a strike in this one? Oh, didn't mean to click on his little person. Wow. Did not. A complete beatdown from Paul Craig. Love that. For Thiago Santos, though, my God, that's a look in the mirror and reflect on what's going on in your career moment. A minus 400 favorite, and you don't land anything in 2 rounds. But he praises his team at Manchester. Top team is very sponsors, all the fans, all the fans come in to support him. And he wants Alonzo Menfield. That's a tough-ass fight as well. What a fight, though, for Paul Craig. That was awesome. Alexa Grasso, Ronda, Quiet Storm Marcos, 11-7-1, 12-4. Muay Thai versus Wrestler. The Wrestler has the advantage, but this has been an upset night so far. So Rosenthal's our referee. Cage side judges, big roar for Marcos here. Left jab, and Marcos avoids the big right punch. Marcos gets a hold of her. Got her against the cage. Oh no. Yeah, Marcos is now just pressed up against the cage and not doing a whole lot. Thank God Rosenthal stops it and separates them, but now another takedown, but a great sprawl from Grasso. They stand back up. And the last kick gets caught. Doesn't get her down again either. Wow, nice uppercut against the cage here, does Marcos. Well, she couldn't get a takedown. So Grasso at least has that to hang her hat on, but she still outstruck her and still was in control for a good bit of that fight so far in that first round. But we'll see what happens in the second. Grasso throws a punch. Marcos Vico to it. She's got her. Now there's Marcos trying to get her against the cage. She does so. Yeah, she's a tough wrestler. Tough. Marcos now smothering Grasso against the cage. Ends with a foot stomp. Hopefully Rosenthal separates them. Yep, right on cue. Beautiful stuff. Goes for a combination, ending with a body kick, but doesn't land it. Grasso throws 2 punches. Even Marcos avoids that and gets her back into a clinch and got her against the cage yet again. Sharp right to the ear, some foot stomps here, some dirty boxing now. Short uppercut. Yeah, not an exciting fight, but it is what it is. Ronda Marcos, she's doing her thing, unfortunately. Closing the distance, 1-2 from Grasso fails to land. Marcos gets a hold of her again. Man, oh man, just going to keep her against that cage. She can't take her down, so that's the only way she thinks she's going to win it. They separate her again. Jab lands, avoids the big right. Marcos gets a hold of her again. At least try and go for a takedown here. My God, and Marcos again clinches up with her. Grasso's fighting it off, though. And now she's in the back against the cage. Well, 30-27. Bit of a brutal affair that was only rated average, though, luckily. 12th win for her career. Grasso now 12-5. Not a great showing for her, but she did take this fight on relatively short notice. And yeah, Ronda Marcos praised her team at TriStar Gym, a very responsive. All the fans come out and support them. Yeah, taking this fight on about 2 weeks' notice is a tough one for the prelim main event. But Brad Tavares, Marc-Andre Bourriat, our next contest. But listen, we just saw a minus 400 favorite get absolutely dominated by the underdogs. Maybe we'll see something like that here from the Quebec native. Opening bell, they move in. Tavares with a leg kick. Flurry of strikes and without landing any, but it scores with a great right hook, though. Look at Marc-Andre Bourriat, though, slipping past the right hook. A good right hand. The strike exchanges have been going his way. There's a 1-2. Sither kick the legs. The low kicks have been working for Tavares. Right cross is blocked after the jab misses. Right hook misses for Marc-Andre. Comes a counter. Clean right hand. Oh, boy. Marc-Andre Bourriat looking really good in this strike exchanges so far. Managed to come out with a, connects with 2 strikes out of a flurry, then to kick the lead leg. Jabbing and misses with the big right hand, rather. Kick the lead leg from Tavares. Oh, now switching to southpaw. Bourriat, that's interesting. Left roundhouse kick to the body. 1-2 from Bourriat. Meeting the center again. Bourriat, clean right hand. Pair of jabs, also a great right hook. He probably shouldn't have switched to southpaw because it looks like he's getting caught more. But he's still countering. He counters the right hand with the right hand to the body. Missing the jab, it's the right hook to the body. Crunching kick to the thigh now from Tavares. Hell of a first round. Both guys were neck and neck there. Tavares was doing a pretty good job there towards the end with the combinations, but I would say, yeah, Marc-Andre Barriat landed more. Great round for him. He's up. Maybe a potential upset here. Yeah, Barriat, though, feeling the effect of those leg kicks, though. And now Barriat, another counter. Slipping past the right hook, counters with a jab and a right cross. Left jab, right cross is blocked. Left jab, right cross is blocked again from Tavares. Jab, can't hit that right cross. As Barriat throws 3-punch combinations with a right hook. Jab misses the right hand as Tavares. Left hand from Barriat. Barriat still noticeably limping here. Can't connect on the low kick there from Tavares. Jab misses the body shot. As Marc-Andre glancing high kick here. Barriat hits a left jab but doesn't hit the right hand. Oh, now there's some blood visibly appearing on Barriat there as he suffered a large gash above the eye. Definitely going to affect his vision there. Counter with a jab and a right and a head kick now. Tavares slowing down. Barriat's giving the first in and starting to tire. And he's, still limping around. Left jab misses the right hand. Left jab, right hand blocked from Barriat. Dodges the right hand, counterattacks the kick to lead leg. Now Barriat switches back to southpaw. It's interesting. And there's a 4-punch combinations with a left cross. Great time to change the southpaw again. Jab and a left roundhouse kick to the body. They're going to check on the cut. Thank God it's not a fight ender because this fight has been going pretty good so far. Barriat misses the left cross. Here comes a counter from Tavares. Good jab and a good right hand. They meet in the center. Tavares with the left hand. Counters the left hand, rather, with a solid right hand. And what a great round for Tavares because I think he won that round. And we're all tied up. Going to the final one. Misses the left hand. Left jab, rather, to be exact. But connects with the right hand. Misses the jab. Lands the nice right hook. Lands the left jab, getting at the right cross. There's a jab and a right hook. Good stuff there. Oh, wow. Probably broke his nose on that one. That is tough. Barriat's a tough guy, though. He's going to keep on pushing forward. So he lands a left jab, but doesn't connect on the right end of the body. There's a jab and a right cross that lands. 2-punch combination from Tavares. Quick left, straight right. My God, he is fucking him up. Barriat, though, with a clean right hand. Misses the big right hand. Here comes a solid right hand from Tavares off the counter. And Tavares now dodges the right hand. Another counterattack. It's a jab, a left roundhouse kick to the body. A left hook from Barriat. Oh, vicious kick to the thigh. Probably down with that one. That was a hell of a fight, though, for both men. Poor Marc-Andre Barriat. He about did it. But 20th victory for Brad Tavares. And that was a fucking fight, for sure. It came down to the final round. Those leg kicks just ended up being too much for him. As he thanks I've connected Jackson Wing MMA for prepared for the fight and sponsors for supporting him financially as well. What an opener to this main card. Alejandro Pantoja and Davison Figueroa. We'll see what Figgy and Pantoja do. This is going to be a tough one. For sure. Josh Rosenthal, referee, round 1 begins. They touch gloves. They meet in the center. Went for the quick head kick. Oh, he lands it. Oh, boy. After the jab and the good right hand from Figgy. Oh, God, he rocked him. Holy shit. Big right hook. He's still up against the cage. Now a standing guillotine. Oh, my God. What a win for Figgy in 47 seconds. Or for Figgy. What a win for Pantoja, rather. 47 seconds. Kind of with that head kick and got a standing guillotine after the right hook. That was insane. What a fight for Pantoja. That was awesome. As he thanks everyone to Nova Uneo as far as for helping him prepare for the fight and sponsors for supporting him financially. As this was the fight I thought was going to end in about 47 seconds. Yair Rozenstruik and Cyril Gane. A couple of big motherfuckers in there. 6'4", 245, 6'5", 250. Nuts. Not every day that Yair Rozenstruik is the smaller guy of the two men in a heavyweight fight. Cage side judges, here we go. Right hand from Rozenstruik. Oh, God. Gane misses with the big right hand. Here comes a counter from Rozenstruik. It's a left jab, but he's off target with a head kick. That probably would have been a fight ender. Cyril Gane with a takedown. So weird. Now it's a scramble. Cyril Gane with an arm triangle. Oh, my God. Look at our knee bar. Well, shit. We get a submission from Cyril Gane. Unreal. What a dangerous motherfucker. Getting a knee bar as a kickboxing heavyweight. Unreal. Well, 9-0. Just beat the 4th ranked heavyweight in the first round. Finished him. Sky's the limit for him. He wants Stefan Struve. That's an interesting fight, because that is definitely not a top 5 guy, is Stefan Struve. But a fun one, though. A 7-footer. He's a 6'5" kickboxer. But yeah, I mean, that is a hell of a win for the heavyweight in Cirogan, the Frenchman. Molly McCann, Montana De La Rosa, women's flyweight contest, our first of 2 title fights tonight. Darren Bergliatos, referee, cage-side judges here. Here we go. 2-punch combination. Rosa avoids all of them, though. McCann still taking the initiative. Montana De La Rosa with a takedown. Doesn't get it, though. Got her up against the cage. Leg sweep. Got her. Look at the pass guard. Oh, stuck there. Couple of punches to the side of the head now. There's McCann from the bottom, unloading with some elbows now. But McCann calmly deals with them. Yeah, both girls are they're trying to pass, but they're caught in a stalemate. Oh, now there's a scramble. McCann's back on her back, and we're back where we started. That's a sweep, but not happening now. Underhooks not happening. Looking for a scramble. Yep, Rosa, perfect opportunity to get side control. Well, Montana De La Rosa, she won that one, but not so decisive. It was a bit of a stalemate there once they were on the ground. Oh, doesn't trouble the opponent with a combination ending with a head kick. High speed takedown again, doesn't get her, but she's gonna trip her here. Yep, great inside leg trip. Throws her down with a few strikes here, and now another scramble, but again, Montana De La Rosa is able to just get side control. Looking for some knee strikes here. That was a scramble from McCann. Oh, she comes out on top again. And Montana De La Rosa is a very, very tough flyweight champion. Her wrestling is pretty solid. Tries to pound away, not really dealing with anything. That's another round for Montana De La Rosa. 3 to go, though. Montana De La Rosa again. Not getting the takedown, but that's not going to stop her. Just going to trip her. Yep, excellent outside leg trip. Ends up seated on her back. Looking for a choke. Not happening, though. At least we see a finish, finally. McCann clubbing away. Another guillotine. Fights that off again. 3rd time's a charm. No. McCann defends that again. Guillotine choke for the 4th time. Oh, there it is. The guillotine gets it for Montana De La Rosa in the 4th round. Or the 3rd round there, excuse me. 4th attempt at that guillotine is the one that got it. But what a win for What a win for Montana De La Rosa over Molly McCann. And gets the finish, too. So that was the 15th win of her career. Only 26 years old. Sky's the limit for her. As her first flyweight defense is a successful one. Praise her team a team takedown, and that's exactly what she did tonight. Took her down again and again and again. What a win for the women's flyweight champion as our main event. The notorious Conor McGregor against the Motown phenom, Kevin Lee. Lightweight title, of course, on the line. Herb Dean. Our referee, cage side judges. Here we go. Doesn't touch gloves. Jones of beef from the crowd. Counter jab from Lee. Good hand speed from McGregor to a flurry of 5 land, but Lee dodges the body kick. Comes in, look at the force of strike, counter jab. Jab in the straight left hand, though, here. Jab is wide for McGregor, but the southpaw striker, of course, of McGregor, looking to land some big-time shots, and there's a jab and a crunching left hook. Thought that might have rocked him. Left hook again after 2 right hands. Oh, boy. It's fucking him up. For sure, Lee dodges the left hand, counterattacks the jab, and a head kick doesn't land, though. Couple of jabs, followed by a left cross that's blocked. Left hand. This counted as Kevin Lee. Both guys are, southpaw strikers, I believe. Obviously, we know McGregor is, but off the top of my head, I believe Kevin Lee's a southpaw striker. Moves in behind the 5 quick punches, 2 of them finding their home, but steps back to avoid the high kick from Kevin Lee. A high left head kick, to be exact. Right jab, left hand taken on the gloves. Misses the high kick again. Let's leave with a left jab. There's a leg kick now from McGregor. Good round for Conor McGregor. No wrestling from Kevin Lee there. Didn't go for a takedown. Maybe we'll see that here in the second. So I think trying to outstrike McGregor is a bit of a mistake here. Neither fighter can really land a good shot. 1-2 from McGregor there. And there's a nice right hook here. Kevin Lee. There's a left kick to the ribcage. Now he's starting to light him up a little bit. Falls for the clever feint. Oh boy. Off target with a head kick, and here comes a counter. Followed by a body kick that's too short after the brace of jabs. Another counter for McGregor. Jab and a leg kick. Another counter again. Is it a right jab and a left hook that he ducked, though? Spinning kick to the body. Oh boy. Probably broke his rib. Oh, and he got him. How about that? A broken rib from Conor McGregor. A spinning body kick. Unreal. What a win for Kevin Lee. New lightweight champion. Poor Conor. Just finally beats Khabib, loses his first title fight to a broken rib. That was pretty insane. But that at least gives us a chance to do McGregor and Khabib for tough. So we'll take it. We'll take it. And man, what a win, though, for Kevin Lee. New lightweight champion of the world. Unreal win for him to beat somebody like Conor McGregor. Pretty great gate. Almost 11,000, $2.5 million gate. Damn near. Critical rating is 78. We'll gladly take that. Hell of a main card. The only bad fight on that prelim was the Nick Lentz one. Yeah, the Marcos one was pretty bad too. But it's crazy that a finish in the second round was still result in a poor fight. But that fight was abysmal. Going into a lot of popularity increase as well. A lot of guys making a good bit of cash for sure. We'll give Montana De La Rosa a performance bonus, Pantoja performance bonus. Paul Craig as well. I mean, what a fucking performance for him. That'll probably be it. Cyril Gane gets the submission of the night, which is fucking awesome. The only, no, that's not the only submission. The third submission on that main card, that's kind of crazy. All finishes, though, on the main card. 2 in the first round, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. Good shit. Yeah, made about 3.8 million. Not too bad. McGregor made about $550,000. Kevin Lee was about $160,000. Poor Alexa Grasso made about $2,300. Poor Marc-Andre Bourriat made about $3,200 as well. But a great win. A great performance. Made about $2 million on pay-per-view. $2.5 million gate plus another $500,000 off ads and subscriptions. And it's a great night. Great night when Conor McGregor main events a pay-per-view. Who would have thought? For business-wise. But that will do it for this episode. What a fucking shocker to see Conor McGregor break a rib. That was crazy. The spinning back body kick. That was insane. Definitely did not see that coming. As what Chael Sonnen? What's he doing in Bellator? Is he the commentator? Yeah, about to say. Shouldn't be fighting. As I say that, though, he just had a draw with Anderson Silva in the boxing belt, but that's, I mean, a bit embarrassing, though. Guys in their, almost in their 50s. I think Anderson Silva's, I think Chael Sonnen's older than him, so could be wrong. They're probably about the same age. I guess we can just look. Let's see. Oh, no, not active fighters. Retired. Oh, yeah, he definitely is 50. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, he's knocking on the door. 50, so yeah, he is older, so. But yeah, what a card, and what a fight that was in the main event. And now, our next fight night is in Brazil. Gastelum and Antonio Carlos Jr., but of course the ABC card. With Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald 3. Cannot wait for that. Volkanovski Holloway 3, the next pay-per-view for 262. And it's pretty close. It's going to be the end of May. So we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.